This is something that has gone across social media quite a bit. However, I don't think we actually talk about what that means or what it looks like. We can say it all day long to other people and try to make them feel better with it, but we don't actually talk about the nuances of it. So I would like to talk about that with all of you today. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. I'm a self-taught dancer, choreographer, creative, and I'm releasing videos on a weekly basis currently. We've got self-help videos, we've got choreography videos, and dance and music visuals. And I'm really excited to keep sharing with all of you. I'm in a little bit of a different space today as I am visiting home for the weekend, so hopefully this brings some kind of good lighting in here for our video today. So let's hop right into it. Today's self-help topic is healing is not linear. Also forgot my microphone, so hopefully the sound is doing okay, and if you hear my dogs, I just hope you like them, and we'll do our best to overcome that. So if you don't know me, I have struggled a majority of my life with severe anxiety, pertaining to a lot of different things, but I definitely have been in a position plenty of times where I thought that I should be over something that I'm not actually over, and I get so frustrated with myself because I'm like, I already went through this, I already dealt with this, why is it coming back? And I think we all feel like that sometimes, whether it's over a breakup or a friendship or something we thought was going to work out one way and it didn't. And now we're like, why am I still feeling this way so many years later, or even just a couple months later? And we get overwhelmed by it and feel defeated, or feel like we failed, or feel like we took too many steps backwards. And really, that's just not how it works. We're thinking about it incorrectly, and so then we feel worse than we should. So what does that look like, right? Healing is not linear. What does that mean? Essentially, that means that we're always growing, we're always learning. There's always new levels to things that we didn't see the first time through or the second time through. Typically, when something comes up for me from the past that I think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not over this, how do I get past it? I realize that I'm thinking about it in an entirely different way. Things that happened to me when I was 16 that sometimes still come up now and make me feel sad, I'm not feeling sad for the same reasons. And I think we have to recognize the nuances to when a feeling gets brought up. It's just like grief. When you miss someone, that doesn't ever really go away. If you don't know me, then you might not know that my dad passed away my freshman year of college. And I experience grief in so many ways today that I wasn't experiencing back then. When it was fresh and new, it was a different type of hurt, but there are still some times now where it attacks me and I'm completely distraught with grief and sadness and overwhelmed by it. And I don't get upset with myself for that, because of course it's my dad, I miss him, that's really hard. And we kind of give excuses for things like that. But suddenly when it comes to other things in life, or anxiety, or things that we think that we should have already gotten over, we give ourselves such a hard time about it. Sometimes it looks like you need to rehash the situation, so kind of go over it, talking out loud or talking with a friend about it, and you're thinking, why do I need to do this? But you just feel like you need to get it out. Sometimes it's just a sense of sadness, or a sense of, this is on my mind lately and I'm not really sure why. Sometimes it's an uncomfy position. Sometimes you are in a different situation, but you're getting the same feeling that you got at a previous time. And so those old feelings come back up and make you reflect. Healing goes in loops rather than it does in a straight line. You don't just get to some place and it just only goes up from there, because there's other things that come up, and we are all each unique people that come with our own things. And so even when we're healing and even when we're growing, we still have certain things that were part of who we are today. So it's not uncommon for those things to come back and give us new things to think about. So now we kind of covered what it looks like, how it kind of shows up, and how it's really wrong of us to be so frustrated with ourselves because of it. How do we overcome that? A lot of this is going to be grounding techniques and things to bring us back to a present moment. Because typically when you are having anxiety, you're either worried about something in the past or you're worried about something in the future, and you're not really right where you are. Maybe you're worried about some current situation that's happening, but you're thinking of all the ways that it either feels like something in the past or it could make the future go wrong, instead of staying where you are and trying to tackle just what's in front of you. So grounding can look like a lot of things, but really it's just bringing your nervous system back to a state of presence and calm and right here. And the ways that I have learned to do that is through stretching, through yoga, through movement like dance, journaling, talking to a therapist, talking to a friend, getting fresh air, any type of outside time, sunshine, sitting near a window, coloring, different craft activities. And this can look different for every single person. And it sounds really woo-woo and whatever, but that really bothers me when people say that, like it's woo-woo and it's, oh, whatever, because this is what your body needs. Our bodies were meant to move and play and create and love and to feel that sense of peace. And when we're putting our bodies in a state of not that, we wonder why we're feeling crazy or why we can't get back to this other state. It's because we're not taking care of ourselves. It can be as basic as making sure you're fed, making sure you're sleeping enough, making sure you're hydrated. Those three things will throw you out of whack before anything else will. And so even when we're having a difficult time, when there's a tough situation, going back to the basics right away and thinking, am I hungry? Am I tired? Am I thirsty? Simple things like that we don't really think about having anything to do with our situation, those can just, at least in the moment, bring you back to a state of regulation, because now your physical body is taken care of. You can think more clearly mentally. So sometimes when we're working through something difficult, we have to revert back to our basic needs so we can think clearer to move forward to the next thing. So then that can look like these other activities that will help ground you, help you think through something. It's just like when you're in high school or something and you have to do a writing assignment and somebody gives you that advice if you're stuck, hey, how about you walk away from it for a little while and then come back with fresh eyes. This is a similar situation. You maybe healed a certain part of a situation that you were in, and then when it comes back up again later, this is fresh eyes looking at it, and now you have to take another step back and say, okay, how do I move forward from here? How do I keep moving? And it goes in a cycle, but you're always learning something new from it. It's not necessarily that you're going backwards. And this is where the help of a therapist or just another clear-headed person can really help you, because they're looking from an outside perspective and can offer you a different way of looking at it rather than you spinning your wheels over and over and over again. We have trouble in today's age with asking for help, and I'm guilty of that as well. We have trouble when it comes to being vulnerable because we're so afraid to get hurt or to feel the same. But when we're forcing ourselves to be more alone and to not ask for help and to not lean on the things we actually need, we're just prolonging our progress and not actually helping ourselves in any way. Let's talk about some of the nuances. Sometimes healing is not the pretty things that you see on social media, and actually a lot of the time it's not. Much of the time it's sitting and being uncomfortable, and like actually uncomfortable, actually sitting with the feeling, not trying to avoid it, not trying to deflect from it, being sad, crying, sobbing, mascara running, can't breathe out of your nose, like the things that are messy that we don't want to like feel or talk about or see, those are the things that are going to move you forward. All emotions, all these things are energy. Energy has to move. And if you just keep it bottled within you and don't try to do anything with it, don't try to let it out, you're keeping it stagnant and it's eating you from the inside out because it has to go somewhere and it's living in you and it's making you feel crazy. And when you finally kind of get that click of thinking about emotions, about healing, and about how the body actually works in tandem with the mind and physical and emotional well-being, when you put all of these pieces together, you see that everything affects each other. When you're mentally feeling not okay, it affects your physical body and vice versa. So when one is feeling out of whack, or even when both are feeling out of whack, we have to go back to these basic pieces, and almost put ourselves in like this childlike mindset. Just like for children, when babies cry, it's because they don't have words to voice anything else, but their basic needs, the first things you go through are they hungry? Are they tired? What do they need at their core? You don't immediately throw a toy at them and start playing. And if you do, maybe it works, maybe they want attention, but a lot of times they are going to keep crying until they get that basic need met, and then they can be distracted with a toy, then they can think about something else. So my point being, a lot of times we try to distract ourselves from our emotions by like diving into something else, and again, maybe it works for a minute, but at the end of the day, you still feel crappy because you didn't feed yourself, you didn't drink any water, you didn't go outside, you didn't talk to other people, and you're avoiding what your body is actually asking for. And so with emotions, it is similar. You are avoiding that your body actually needs to feel, and know that it's safe to feel, know that it's safe to break apart, and that you can sit with yourself and be okay, or you can sit with someone else and be okay. And I know it can feel scary because sometimes we don't always have someone to turn to that we feel safe with. But that means even more so that we need to make ourselves feel safe within our own body. We need to feel safe to fall apart and put ourselves back together. The more that you can do that with your body, the more trust you have with yourself. And then from there, it makes all the other things easier. It makes the next time that you need to cry or something happens, you know that you can rely on yourself. You know that you're going to be okay to take care of yourself because you've given yourself the space previous times to fall apart, to feel. We're not meant to just be happy 24/7. We are a range of emotions. And when we refuse to feel half those emotions, we can't truly feel the other ones. Social media has misconstrued our ability to recognize what healing actually is. There is no one definition. It's not a pretty filter across a screen with drinking fancy teas and doing a princess shower and just coming out with new nails and lashes. That can be a part of it, and you need to actually meet the needs of your body. And until you do that, whatever they are, it's gonna keep attacking you from the inside out. And that doesn't mean that once we let ourselves feel that it doesn't come back up, because again, healing doesn't go in a straight line. It is a spiral. And even if the same feelings are coming up as they were a time before, it doesn't mean that you're going backwards. It means that it's just another way to look at things, or something else is reminding you of it. But if you did the work now to let yourself feel, to let yourself move forward the way that your body needs to, you're now more equipped to handle it the next time it comes up. You're in a better position to take care of yourself and therefore to move forward. I used to think that once I healed from something or talked about it in therapy enough times, that suddenly it would just go away. That when I got distracted by a new situation, finally was at that place, I'll finally be happy when I get here, that it would just be all set. And over again, I have found that to not be true at all. We have to keep being willing to let ourselves be vulnerable, to let ourselves heal in different ways, to keep working with our body to find out what we need and take care of us. It is not through distraction. It is not through some new destination that is going to make us happy and that is going to forever heal us. No person, no thing, no place is going to heal you on its own. You're still going to be who you are and need what you need when you change your scenery, when you're with a different person. We can always grow and change. It's not that we have to stay exactly the same forever. It's just that if you're already not meeting your needs, if you're already neglecting yourself, it doesn't just go away. If you're hungry and you keep distracting yourself over and over again, and you eat this small bite and you do this other thing, that doesn't actually make the hunger go away. It will distract you for a while and you can pretend that that means you're fine. But at the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, you're still hungry. You still dismissed a need of yours, and then you're teaching your body that you don't care for it or care enough to take care of it. Depression and anxiety and different mental illnesses, this can get even more nuanced. So I want to be clear that in no way am I just saying, suck it up and do the thing and whatever. I am saying the opposite of that. I am saying, listen to your body. And the only way we get better at doing that is by opening our ears and being willing to listen. It doesn't mean that you automatically know right away what to do. It doesn't mean that you won't make mistakes. It doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect. In fact, it's likely never going to be perfect, because that's not what it's about. It's after just taking those baby steps and doing what you can, where you are, with what you have. The reality is, you deserve to have a life that you love and loves you back. You deserve to appreciate your body and feel happiness and feel love and feel excitement. And that means giving yourself the grace and the space to heal in a way that works with your body. It means not beating ourselves up for not being perfect, for not being over something. And we have to recognize that life is in spirals. There are synchronicities everywhere. There are things that come back up again and again. And we grow up thinking that we just kind of grow out of these things, or that they'll just kind of go away. And we don't want to feel sad. And so we just are like, I'll ignore it and it'll be okay and we'll just move on. And it comes back to bite you, because that's not actually how we're supposed to live. And so this week, I want to invite you, if you're feeling like you're not over something, if you're feeling like you just need to cry, if you're feeling like you need something, do your best to give that to yourself and love yourself into healing, not restrict yourself. And obviously, this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you are feeling harmful in any way, reach out to someone, talk to people. People do care. And I want you to understand that if you reach out to a couple people and they are dismissive, those are not the people you need to reach out to. I'm going to say that again. If you reach out to somebody and they are dismissive, that is not the person you need to reach out to. There are people that care. Even if you don't know them yet, there are people around you that want good for you, and you need to want good for yourself first. And even if it doesn't feel that way right now, basic needs. Give yourself a snack, give yourself a hug, drink some water, take a shower, take a nap, move forward with a more clear head. Allow yourself to feel emotions, give yourself permission to feel emotions, and then decide what to do next. I hope you enjoyed today's self-help episode that healing is not linear. I hope something I said helped you, gave you a sense of hope, or just gave you something to think about. If so, I would love for you to comment below what helped you, something you enjoyed. Give this video a like, share it with someone, subscribe to my channel. The next video will be choreography or some type of dance visual, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Please share with your friends and anyone you know that would love a channel like this. I am so excited to keep sharing my life with you guys, and I hope you have an amazing